Hello guys and welcome to the channel. Today I will be playing the Stanley Parable, as you can see. I believe I have played this game once before, so I kind of do know what I'm doing, but I haven't done everything, if it is possible to do everything. But yeah, let's give it a go and we'll see what we can do. I have heard a lot about this game and a lot of the different I guess endings you can get. I've really only heard through word of mouth, through which is like friends and other game players, but not really have I heard anything, heard everything about this game. But yeah. Now obviously I think they'll explain it at the start, but you're just this guy where everyone has disappeared in the office when they're normally there every single day. And
this is the story of a man named Stanley.
Here we go.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-wrenching, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alrighty, so I'm in room 427, and one of the endings that I do in fact know about is...
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
So yeah, that was a ending, believe it or not. What I did last time, I didn't just stay here, I just closed the door behind me, and that ended up being it. Now, I don't think you can get into any of the rooms.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
See, I know that there's like small things you can do. Like, I know there's one thing that if you just like touch everything, he's just like, I don't know, but...
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
As you can see, the narrator is a bit of a smartass. But, yeah, anyways, I think that's all he says. But, let's go in here. Oh. I know there's like, yeah, as I was saying before, I know there's like little things you can do that will change certain things in the office, like very minuscule, sometimes very obvious. I have noticed that. But yeah, and I know there's... Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He wants me to enter that door. But I don't think so. I think I'll go this way, because last time I did go that way, so I'll go this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Pretty much. You've read my mind, sir. You've read my mind. Alrighty. Lovely.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
It is more than worth it, narrator. It is so worth it.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Most probably, to be honest. I also believe that I, as Stanley, would spit
But
into...
at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
How about no, sir? I am not going to go down there. Looks tempting, though. No. Stuff it. Let's go this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Layout. Blueprints. And a wee bit... Oh, okay. That's alright. Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. For jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. Okay. Well, that's alright. I think I might end up jumping off it. Simply because I can. Are you prepared?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the road. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am powerful. I am so powerful. You wouldn't believe how powerful I am.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You know what? I'm going to do that again. Except this time I'm going to continue forward. Oh, actually no, before. Yep. Let's turn off all the computers. Oh, input. Received. Sweet. It's kind of creepy though, being in an office all by yourself.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I wonder what would happen if I just stood here. Do you think he'd go on about how I'm just so unsure and that I should go to the door on my left? I don't know, let's just wait and see. I'm gonna wait like 30 seconds or so. And if nothing happens, I'll just skip through this. Sweet. Now, let's go down this way.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I am not going to take the open door on my left. I am going to go in here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
That's nice of the narrator to say. Honestly, I like hearing it over and over.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Alright, bro, but look, I just wanted to parkour. I was gonna yell out parkour, but then you just started talking. Okay? Okay. Do not like getting stuck. Alrighty, let's have a look.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Okay. Stanley walked through the red door.
Can I walk through the white door? No. Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk through the blue door. Stuff you, bro.
Aha. Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
What?
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
All right. I can do that. Most certainly, my dear friend.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Well, I don't know. I feel like this hasn't really given me much choice other than just lead me to a new room and to rate my experience. So I guess I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give you a 1.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh, okay. Huh. Well, like, wow. Look at that. Okay, that's nice. Me, I am... Huh. Alright, fuck you, narrator. Oh. Let's go again.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Not particularly, because I was rated last. And I'm pretty sure I've walked through the most doors.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
I wonder what this new game is.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Spite
because
you.
if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
No, okay.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's
I want to get rid of it.
complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
No. Don't want to go mining. Well, can I get a shovel? Okay. Fine. Oh no, I regret. Oh well, let's keep going.
Oh my,
Down.
it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Nope. Let's keep going. Let's keep
Oh,
going.
No. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh. Alrighty, let's see. What does the narrator have for me next? Wait.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Gonna let me out? Oh, wait. Okay. Alright then.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
Far out. That's weird.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of the...
Right. What? 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 This is actually really creepy. Do I have no light? I don't like this. I feel like something's gonna pop out at me. What the fuck? This is so weird. Kinda cool though. I have never, like, ever seen anything like this. Ooh, light. Huh. Oh, wow. Okay. What the hell? What?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I think that was an ending. Holy crap. That was weird. Alright, let's quickly get through this. Alrighty, let's go again. Except let's
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
No way. No way. Oh, I'm so bad I think that's like one thing I've got to do is horror games because I'm so terrible at them. And I probably absolutely scare the crap out of myself. I don't even want to think about it. It doesn't help that it's like almost midnight here, like while I'm recording this. So I get really jumpy for some reason. Alrighty.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Let's hop back on this and let's not fall off it.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her? Who's my gif? Or my whiff? My gif or my whiff?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who is this? This is a really dark door. Okay.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What the hell? What? What?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What the fuck?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
That's bloody creepy, dude.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
No, I don't want to press it. Like every other button I will press, except for that one. I will refuse to do it.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
So
it was
creepy.
wonderful.
Mannequins
And each
are the
day
worst.
that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. and down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
Okay.
Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
What the hell? My God, I have never seen that. Ever. Not even heard of it, the creepy mannequin wife. I don't even know what to do with it. What do I do with this information that the narrator's a complete psychopath?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What? Okay. Alrighty. I'm really creeped out by this narrator. I think it's because it's late at night. I get creeped out by a lot. Alright, let's have a look. So, that's practically all I can feel like I can do on that side.
When Stanley
so
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
through the left one this time. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Get Chris out of the broom closet. Okay. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of... Okay. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect employee Jim. I'm glad Jim has a name. Charts and slides. Okay. Read up which charts on the same slide depict the same information. What's this? Synergize, core value. What's this? Right. What about over here? Bi-quarterly post-review review. Teenagers, size of demographic, a lot of percentage. Spaced between the teenagers. Okay. Throw something in the idea bin. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Okay. What's hot? Profits? Question mark. That is fair enough. Like, you know, the broom closet. Huh.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No. I'm staying here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I'm still gonna stay here.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
No.
At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
My real name is Chris, and I am in the broom closet.
Are
and
you
because
really still in the broom closet?
yes,
Standing around doing nothing?
yes,
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
yes, no. Anyways, my name is Chris. My real name is Chris, and I am in the broom
You do realize
closet.
there's no choice or anything in here, right?
Yep.
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. It didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Well,
I
I think
never
it's
would
got-
have thought to mention it.
I think it's got a lot of significance, really. It's a broom closet.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Probably. I don't know what my
Stanley
favourite
was fat
one
and
is.
ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only
Ooh.
got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That's harsh, bro. That's not cool.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Yup.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's
Yep.
indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
So dead. I'm a ghost playing this game. They want me to step out into the hallway. Okay. I'll do that.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Are you sure about that? Let's do it. Let's do it again.
You too?
Yep.
Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Never. I'm staying in this broom closet. For all eternity. Actually, I think I have to keep playing. Because I don't think he's not going to say anything else. Alrighty.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What happens if I walk downstairs? Creepy red light. Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Yeah,
why
that's a
did
bit
doors
strange.
close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Really?
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
What?
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
But am I? Uh-oh.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What the fuck? This game is so weird. Wait, is everything different again?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But there's a big red button. Maybe I want to click the big red button. I'm going to click the big red button. Stuff you, narrator. Boop. Get wrecked. This is my story. This is my time. I'm going to do what I want, when I want, and the narrator can't do anything about it.
To the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
I can't go right? Okay.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
You scared me. Ah.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
No.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh. Okay. What, down here? What the...
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
What? I'm so confused. Anyways, guys, I think that'll be all for the Stanley Parable. I think I'm just too tired for his shit right now. Anyways, thank you for watching, and yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do another episode on this, but let me know, and I'll most definitely think about it. Because it is one of those games that you can just play repeatedly over and over just to try and get, into the different endings and all the different little details and everything else. But yeah, I think I'll do that another time. Alright, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, comment and tell me what you think. And yeah, bye bye.